So, how do you find your niche on YouTube? Maybe you are just starting out or you're wanting to rebrand so you can build your business and your YouTube channel. Well, my name is Heather Torres from Think Marketing, and I am so excited to share with you the 5 steps for figuring out what niche is right for you. And if we're just meeting again, my name is Heather, and today we're talking all about how to find your niche on YouTube. Let me know in the comments, what's your current niche? I'd love to know. Or are you someone who is struggling and trying to figure it out? Well, if my name is Heather, and I am part of Think Media, where we help you build your influence with YouTube. We are a team of creators, and we are here to help you do that. And I'm most proud of the students who we've helped do this already, from 0 to over 100,000 subscribers. When it comes to picking your niche, this is probably one of the most important things to do when developing your YouTube channel. And I have a quote for you that I think is so important when you think about your niche. You don't want to be a wandering generality. You want to be a meaningful specific. And let me know in the comments, do you ever feel like picking your niche actually means you have to be an expert in something? Like, does the word expert come to mind when you think about actually having to narrow down into one thing to talk about online? I know for me, when I think back on my journey on YouTube, it definitely has been a process of having to maybe divorce the word expert when it comes to things like my homeschool channel and things like that. So if you're struggling right away with that idea of imposter syndrome, or the idea of wanting to create content, but not necessarily being an expert at it, maybe you've got some receipts, you've got some results in something, but you haven't necessarily become a quote unquote expert in that space. Well, I want to let you know that you can actually choose your niche without being an expert. You can actually think about yourself more like a friend, a guide, a mentor, or a leader in that space. And I'm excited because in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 steps to help you discover your niche. And I'm also going to be bringing you examples from Video Ranking Academy members, Think Media community members, and my personal friends who are doing this and crushing it on YouTube. So let's start with step number 1. And step number 1 is to identify your interests and passions. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's like, follow your passion and everything will fall into place. Well, that's not necessarily true. One of my passions is hiking. And not that I couldn't necessarily make a whole business out of hiking, but it's not like the best passion that I would feel would be right for me and who I am. So I want to make sure you've got a journal out. You're ready to be taking notes during this video, because this is one of the things that really matters. Understanding what your interests and passions are is a lifelong process, but you want to think about this. What is something that I could actually talk about for the next 3 to 5 years? And that might seem like a really far stretch, like something that you have to really, take some time to think about. But the reason that you want to identify what your interests and passions are that you can talk about for the next 3 to 5 years is because if you know anything about Think Media and what we teach here, it's not that we want you to just have a successful YouTube channel. We want you to have a successful business. We want you to have freedom in your lifestyle and in your finances, and to be able to create something that will impact the world for good. And so when you think about what are your interests and passions, sometimes we think way too broad, and I want you to bring it down even smaller. So I just shared with you that one of my passions is hiking. Another passion of mine is tiny homes and RV life. Another passion of mine is homeschooling. I'm also really passionate about helping people with self-confidence and getting started on YouTube. And so when I think about all the different passions that I have, I need to really identify, what do I want to be known for right now? And I think that's key to think about. What do I want to be known for right now? Because what you're known for today doesn't mean it has to be what you're known for tomorrow. So when you think about your interests and passions, it makes me think of Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray is someone I really admire because I think her cooking it looks so beautiful. But when you think about Rachel Ray and the process that she went through to get to who she is today, she started with just creating videos about pasta, by creating videos about Italian style cooking, and not just Italian style cooking, but a specific type of Italian style cooking. And over the years, Rachel Ray has now developed into someone who owns physical products inside of major brand stores. She hosts her own TV show where she's interviewing people like Matthew McConaughey. She's grown from just a person who was known for Italian style cooking to someone who's actually built an entire brand empire. And so when you think about what are your interests and your passions, I want you to think about what am I interested in and passionate about right now that I could go deep on for the next 3 to 5 years. And one of the examples is actually myself. One of my channels that I have here on YouTube is the Homeschool House. This is a channel all about homeschooling, and it's one of my major passions and interests. I could talk homeschooling with you all day long. I've read every book on homeschooling. I watch all the videos on homeschooling. I've been involved in the community. I know the people who are in this community, and I am so incredibly passionate about homeschooling. Now, here's what's totally different about this channel. It's not just a quote unquote motherhood channel. I'm speaking to moms. I'm speaking to families. I'm speaking to that audience, but I'm even niched down into just talking about homeschool styles, reviews of curriculum, a day in the life videos. I'm able to really go deep into this one niche and be known for one thing first before branching out into all things motherhood. I think about Sean, who is the CEO of Think Media. Sean was geeking out on cameras a decade ago, and he's still talking about them today. Why? Because it's his interest and his passion. It makes me think of Plants of Lucia. She has an amazing channel all about plants. I mean, could you imagine being a plant mom and getting to have an entire channel about plants? Well, that's what Plants of Lucia has been able to create here on the platform of YouTube. So my question to you, let me know in the comments, what is your interest and passions? I'm sure you're like me and you're multi-passionate and you have all these different things that you want to talk about. But here on YouTube, you're talking to two sets of ears. One ear is the YouTube robots themselves. That means that you need to be speaking in a language that the robot understands, that the algorithm understands, where they can put you in front of the audience who wants what you have. And the second one is people. When you think about really breaking through, if I were to ask you, hey, I'm new to town, who's the best pediatrician? Someone probably comes to mind. Why? Because they've become known for being the best pediatrician. They're known for something. If I were to say, oh man, I really need to do some work inside my house. Do you know a handyman who's really good at installing fans? Maybe someone comes to mind. They've been known for one thing. So all we're doing is we're taking the offline aspect and we're bringing it online. When you're speaking to two set of ears, you've got to be able to speak both to the algorithm and the YouTube robots, and you also need to be speaking to people. Now, if Plants of Lucia were to throw out a yoga video, it would be off brand. It wouldn't be in the same niche. But Plants of Lucia can go so deep on all different types of plants. She can be on all different types of products when it comes to plant life. She can talk and interview people. She can review books. She can write books. There's so many ways that she can go, but she's interested and passionate about one thing on YouTube. So what do you do with all the other interests and passions that you have? You enjoy them. You still are a multifaceted creator. I know this about you because you want to be successful on YouTube, meaning that you have a drive to be creative. And so what do I do with hiking and RVing and, all the passions that I have that aren't on YouTube? I just enjoy them. I don't try and make a profit off of everything that I love. I really stay focused on the things that matter on YouTube. I stay focused in the niche I'm talking about on YouTube, and I live the rest of my life creative and inspired and passionate about so many other things. So I'm going to help you if you have multi things that you're passionate about. As we go through these different steps, I want you to really start honing in more and more on the one thing that you want to talk about on YouTube. And if you're getting value out of this video already with tip number 1, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed here on Think Marketing and everywhere that we are so you see all of our live shows and podcasts that we have available for you to help you grow your business and brand on YouTube. So step number 1 was identify your problem, identify your passions, and interest. Step number 2 is identify the problem you solve. Now, you might be someone who wants to be in the entertainment space. This isn't actually who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you if you are in the in the education space. If you are in the edutainment space, if you are in the information space. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't be entertaining in what you're doing, but the people that went on YouTube, the reason people break out when they start their channel is because they are someone who is solving a problem for someone else. Remember at the beginning when I said you don't necessarily need to be the expert in the thing. You just need to be a friend, one step ahead on the journey who's helping the people who are behind you. You don't have to be the expert. You can be the leader of a community. You can bring people together and do shared interests and help people collaborate. So when you think about what problem do you solve, I want you to be hyper focused on the problem that you solve. And the reason for that is because people do business they do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And if you're here on YouTube and you're building a brand and you're a part of our Think Media community, then again, you know that it's not just about building a YouTube channel. It's about building so much more. It's about what that YouTube channel can provide for you, which is time freedom, financial freedom, ability to be creative when you want, where you want, with the people that matter most to you. And so we want to figure out what is the problem that we solve. Make sure you're taking notes and let me know in the comment section if you're already getting value. But when I think about that, I think about my friend Ben from Keto Camp. You know, he just crossed 100,000 subscribers. It was so cool to be able to celebrate that with him. When I think about Ben, what does he solve? He's not just talking about diet and exercise. The problem he solves is helping people figure out keto. He's helping people figure out, how do I do this lifestyle of keto? What does that even mean? And he can go so deep on things from cell inflammation all the way to the best fruits on keto. He has a huge sandbox to play in when he identifies the problem that he's solving for people. You know, it reminds me of Tiffany, who's a part of our Video Ranking Academy family. Her and her husband, they have a channel called Hammer and Home. Well, what do? They help you figure out how to use the tools. And you might think, well, who needs that? Heather needs that, okay? When Melissa Caputo from the Think Media team and I decided to renovate an RV this summer during lockdown, I had never owned a tool before. So guess whose channel Heather was binge watching so that I could learn how to actually do this? How could I learn to actually use these tools? And what tools were the better one? Is it this brand or is it this brand, right? Well, Tiffany and her husband from Hammer of Home are solving the problem for people who are new to actual home building or new to actually using tools. Also, I think about Chana from Techno Dad. Chana is helping you with your home theater setups. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, but when you walk into Best Buy home theater section and you're seeing the TVs and the sound bars and all the wires and all the things, you're like, do I have to put all this together? Well, Chana is helping you decide, do I get this receiver or this receiver? Should I have these cables or those cables? Should I get this 4K TV or this 4K TV? Chana is helping you solve the problem of understanding your home theater craziness. My friend Erica Kohlberg, she is blowing up her channel. She has over 3 million views and climbing like crazy with viral videos. She's helping people with personal finance, but she's coming at it from the side of her background that she has and how she was helping in legal and finance. And so she's bringing topics like about Robinhood and explaining the stimulus checks from her point of view. So what niche are you in? What problem do you solve? And what are you interested and passionate about? Number 3, if you're getting value, make sure you hit that like button. Number 3, you want to research your competition. Now, you might be thinking, but Heather, I want to do my own thing. I've got this really cool idea. No one's doing it. Whenever I hear no one's doing it, red flags pop up everywhere. Why? Because I don't want you to reinvent the wheel. I want you to join in on the conversation that's already happening. You know, there's a book by Seth Godin, it's called Tribes, and it's really about the idea of there's already a market for where you want to go. You just have to tap into them in your own unique way, right? You don't want to be a wandering generality. You want to be a meaningful specific. So that makes me think of my friend Justin. He has a company here in Las Vegas called Total Dogs. Their company is exploding. And this year he decided to start his YouTube channel. Now, he's not at 1 million subscribers yet, but he was wondering, should I even invest in this? Is it even the right thing to do for my business? Am I even going to be able to break through the algorithm and understand, are people even interested in dog training online? So what did we do? Well, we just typed in a few search terms on YouTube to discover that, there's some really successful channels all in the same niche that he's in. So he can join the current conversation. McCain Dogs is actually one of our students, and they're over 500,000 subscribers just on YouTube and not even touching their actual brick and mortar business that they have happening. There's Zach George, who is one of the largest ones outside of Caesar. Everyone knows Caesar Malone, right? Well, Zach George is just a regular guy who started a YouTube channel and started uploading videos. 3 million subscribers. All he does now is make videos on dog training. So you want to make sure you're researching your competition. And here is what research actually looks like, because let me know if you're anything like me. Sometimes research more so goes down the line of watching all my competitors and comparing myself. Do you do this? You struggle with this? You start to really get excited about a niche you want to be in or a topic you want to talk about. One, you've probably never made a YouTube video before in your life. You don't really know how to do YouTube the right way. And then you're going to go and look at people who are already successful. Ha ha ha. So when we're going in and we're doing research, here's what I want you to be thinking about. Man, if they can do this, I can do it too. Man, if there's people right now that are showing that they can be successful on YouTube, I'm just a step behind them. Maybe go back and see how long they've been creating videos on the platform. When we looked at Zach George, he had been creating videos for 8 years on YouTube. So you kind of have a better perspective of what the journey might feel like. I understand YouTube can feel sensational, right? Everyone wants the viral video. Everyone wants to be Mr. Beast at 50 million subscribers. But the honest truth is, you can have a successful business. You can have a successful YouTube channel and not even make it to 100,000 subscribers. You could be making over 6 figures a year. You could quit your day job. You could start to travel with your family and not even have to make thousands of videos. I hope you're seeing this here, that when you go in and you start studying your competition, that it's not about comparing where you are to where they are. It's about seeing the inspiration and seeing the future and being able to put yourself in their shoes and say, if they can do this, I can do this too. Zach George is just an ordinary guy who picked up a camera. And so I told Justin, you are so many steps ahead. You've been able to be a dog trainer for decades, and now you're just flipping on the camera. And so I hope that when you go into the competition, you want to assess your competition, that you're not comparing yourself. But we want to actually get legitimate data on, is this viable? If you're going to spend your hard-earned time and your hard-earned money investing in something, well, then I want you to be investing in something that's going to have a return on your investment. So when you're thinking about what niche you want to be in, I encourage you to go and study the competition. What can you join? Where can you be another voice in an already producing market? I hope this is bringing you value and you're getting lots of insights and nuggets. We're going to head into question number 4, which is actually going into what I said, defining the profitability of your niche. Well, what does this mean? This means that if you're going to start a YouTube channel and the end goal is that you want that YouTube channel to be something that helps maybe retire you and your spouse, maybe give you the spending money to go on that vacation, maybe help you pay for your groceries or your car payment, like whatever that thing is for you as to why you want to do YouTube, well, let's make sure that it's able to make money. I mean, there's actually not very many niches that don't make money, but I want you to think about what's the profitability of this niche. Remember, if you have a business that's not making money, then it's a very expensive hobby. And so when we go into YouTube, when you start your channel, when you define your niche, we also want to define, well, what are the revenue streams? How can I view this as a business right when I get started? So there's a couple ways that you can do this. When you think about this, you can start with YouTube ads. Did you know that YouTube is the only platform that pays you to be a creator? Now, I understand you could become a TikTok influencer. I understand that they do have other options, but long lasting residual income coming from actual videos that you've made years before, still paying you on the platform, YouTube is the company that partners with creators. So you could do that through YouTube ads. One of the YouTubers that I follow in the real estate niche just did a video on how he had 75,000 subscribers and made over $55,000 in 1 year. 75,000 subscribers, he made $55,000. He's creating great content that's valuable in the real estate niche, and YouTube ads are paying him a full-time salary in America just from creating content. He actually predicts that with the investment he's made in his YouTube channel, he'll be at $1 million in YouTube ads in just a few years. This is possible, my friend. It's knowing what your revenue streams are from the beginning. There's also affiliate marketing. This is actually the story of Sean Cannell, the CEO of Think Media. He actually went full time, was able to not have to have any freelance clients. Him and his wife were able to fully live off of YouTube ads and affiliate marketing. There is a giant opportunity for you to not have to create your own products, but to be able to partner with other companies and help sell theirs. And I'll make sure to link in this video and down in the description box below an entire series that we have all about how to get started with affiliate marketing. There's also brand deals. There's so many companies right now that are looking for micro influencers, meaning small channels who have a great impact on the community that they are part of. When I think about myself with my homeschool channel, I was able to secure a brand deal with less than 10,000 subscribers that ended up helping us pay for our homeschool materials. They paid me to create the video and they gave me stuff for free so I could create the video, all because they were a company that wanted to reach the exact audience that I had. So the benefit of being a meaningful specific is that I'm sure there are companies that want to partner exactly with the people that you help. When I think about Erica Kohlberg, she was able to secure a large brand deal with a company with less than 100,000 subscribers that pays her more than she was making at her firm, because she was able to be a meaningful specific. So you have the opportunity of brand deals. There's also physical products. Maybe you're someone who wants to have a cookbook in the cooking niche, or maybe like my friend Jordan, who does charcuterie boards. She could be actually making boards and selling those from her YouTube channel. There's so many options for physical products when it comes to YouTube. There's also digital products. That's actually the way that Think Media was able to break into the multiple 7 figures, not just from YouTube, but because we actually created an entire educational company behind our YouTube channel that helps creators just like you go deeper and understand how to do YouTube right. And then a great example of this is an up-and-coming creator named Cami. Now, Cami started the Plant-Based Kitchen with her husband, Tony, and they started this channel, and she's at 2,000 subscribers right now. But Cami has already broken through to be able to do affiliate marketing. So she just did vegan kitchen essentials, right? She's talking about all of the products that she loves and uses in her kitchen, linking to those down below. So she's got affiliate marketing happening. She has YouTube ads happening now because she's able to be at the level to partner with YouTube, right? She has over 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And then on top of that, they were at the local farmers market where they love to shop for organic olive oils. They were talking to the person who owns this olive oil company, and they secured a brand deal and affiliate marketing with the oil company because she is using those oils in her videos. Are you seeing the possibility of where this goes? Now, Cami and Tony aren't making hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not sensationalized with where it is right now, but can you see the seed? Can you see what they can harvest in the future? Can you see that this is proven concept? That when you get niched and you get focused and you put your energy into one thing, that the possibilities are endless. So I want you to be thinking about, how can this niche be profitable? What are my angles to be able to do this? And how can I be able to make money off of my channel? And then lastly, number five is you want to test your idea. I know you're probably like, where's the golden nugget, Heather? Well, here's the golden nugget, my friend. You need to actually start doing the thing. I know it's scary. I know picking one thing can feel so restricting as a creator. I know that there's a lot of things that you want to try and you see what other people are doing. But my friend, if you've gone through those first 4 steps, if you've made it that far and committed to what your niche is, then it's time to start testing your idea. And it's not testing your idea with just one video or 5 videos or 10 videos. Testing your idea is saying, no, I'm committed to this. I'm committed to uploading a video a week for a year. I'm committed to learning how to do YouTube right. I'm committed to actually investing my time, investing my money, investing myself, my mind, and my focus into making this thing work. Because you know what's on the other side of your testing, of your practicing in public, of you failing forward? Success. It doesn't happen if you try and do it sitting and thinking. It only happens with momentum. That's where success happens. And Sean always says, you can't actually steer a parked car. Well, how will I know it works? You can't steer a parked car. Well, what if it doesn't work? My friend, you have to actually start driving the car. You have to get past the sucky part. You have to make 5 videos and be excited that you did it. You have to put in the work to build a content library. It doesn't happen overnight, but I can tell you from seeing this successful thing happen over and over with creators just like you, who have been committed to getting in the driver's seat, who have been committed to grabbing the steering wheel, putting the key in the ignition, starting the car, and just slowly moving. Not pressing the gas pedal and saying, I'm all in, because what happens? You crash. No. You got to put your blinker on. You got to look behind you. You got to slowly push the gas pedal down. And that's all I'm asking you to do. If you want to figure out how to choose your niche on YouTube, go through these 5 steps and then stay committed. And if you've loved this training so far, we actually have a free 1-hour class over at thinkmasterclass.com. If you want to go deeper on learning how to do YouTube right, where we share one of our case studies on how we were able to make money off of one video where you can do the same exact thing, then you want to go to thinkmasterclass.com for this free class. And if you're getting value, again, make sure you smash that like button. My name is Heather Torres, and you are here on the Think channel. And we have some people that are ready for Q&A. If you want to come on for Q&A with me, you can. Melissa from our team has posted the link below in the chat. So I'm excited. I want to just say hi to the Daily Kai, the Little Crafting Nook, Ray and Kyle. Here, Mao is here. The Life with Horses. Meryl, hello. Thanks for being here. We've got John here. My Block's Strongest Man is here. Your driver, Mike, is here. Thank you so much for being a part of this training. Let me know what your aha moment was. And I love this. This is from Crafting with Slavi. The success is exactly right. Benazani, who I called out in this training, mentioned that on one of our classes that we had here at Think Media. Thank you for saying that. And I'm so excited for you to be here. I'm going to take a sip of water real quick and check out this quick ad for the Think Masterclass.
Are you ready to start or grow your YouTube channel? Do you feel stuck and need help connecting the dots? Join this free web class where you'll learn the step-by-step playbook for YouTube success. We've helped thousands of purpose-driven entrepreneurs just like you grow their influence with video. Register today for this exclusive training at thinkmasterclass.com.
All righty, we are excited. I am excited. I'm going to take this off real quick because I have Wendy here from our Think family. Wendy, how you doing?
I'm great, Heather. How are you?
I am fabulous. Wendy, I know you're part of our programs, Video Ranking Academy, Inner Circle. Thank you so much for being a part of that. I know who you are. So my question is, and let's dive into it.
Okay, so my question is directly related to niches. I have Post-it notes upon Post-it notes where they the niches all seem to be the same, on the same level. And I have no way to break the tie on what to choose. I've made some videos about Bible study. I've made some videos about health and wellness, some about starting an online business and doing some tech tutorials. And they all get me jazzed up to a certain degree. But I can't figure out a way to break the tie.
So good, Wendy. And this is a very common struggle. Actually, Sean and I talk about this so much because, as you know, Wendy, both of us are so multi-passionate. We want to start channels all the time. We're like,
Yes.
you know what I could do? I could get an editor. I could have someone help me with thumbnails. Like, I should start that channel, right? We go down that road.
Exactly.
So Wendy, here's what I'd like you to do. I need you to put a date of commitment on the calendar. Because if you've tested all of them and you like all of them, it actually just comes down to you have to pick one. And what's going to keep you stuck is not choosing. What's going to keep you held back from the greatness that I know is inside of you, Wendy. I have known you for years now, right? Like 2 years, 3 years. Yeah. Wendy, you're holding yourself back because you're not committing to it. So I need you to put a commitment date on the calendar and just say, I'm picking this one. I'm going to go all in on this one. And it doesn't mean, Wendy, that in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you can shift into another season. But I want you to be known for one thing first. And remember, you don't have to be the expert, Wendy. You can just be the person one step ahead. Interview the experts, get them in there, have them help, right? But you need to make sure that I know your background. So I'm just kind of giving background to the Think Marketing fam. You're great at what you do. You are versed in the things that you study, right? And so you have to actually just say, you know what? I'm just committed to this. I'm all in. I'm just going to make this happen. And when I think about my homeschool channel, Wendy, I waited 3 years to start that channel. 3 years I waited. Now, was there growth happening in that time? Absolutely. And that's what I think this last couple of years has been for you. This has been such a university style, like learning all the things, right? You have so much knowledge now. It's actually time to take action. And what we do is we have analysis paralysis. You are analyzing this to the umpth degree. And I know you. I know that you have it in you right now, but you're holding back on your greatness because of your lack of commitment. So put the date on your calendar. I want you to just choose one and I want you to go all in on it because you are so good at those things that I know you're going to be successful in it. And sometimes the fear of actually committing to it doesn't mean you can't do the other things. Do a Bible study on Facebook. It's not your YouTube, but sure, if that's what you want, like, it doesn't mean you can't do those other things. Talk about health on your Instagram. That's fine. But we want to figure out, what is your YouTube channel? Right. What are you actually going to be known for on YouTube? How can you break through so you can talk about one thing now and you can talk about 10 things later on? Okay.
So then how do you stay the course once you've picked the thing? Tell us the secret, Heather.
You have to do this really dirty word and it's called discipline. I know it's not like the fun thing where I'm like, here's the productivity hack. It's discipline to stay focused. Okay. And there's actually no secret to success other than it's actually just being the person that stays the course. When it really is a word that we don't want, it is self-discipline for me to not want to go and start 5 new things right now. It is self-discipline. Wendy, I was not jazzed about doing today's video. I'm going on an RV trip tomorrow, and you and I know each other. I'm leaving on a girls' RV trip tomorrow. I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't want to do Think Marketing Live. I don't want to shower and get pretty. I want to go and work on my RV. And then I thought, and of course I should record what I'm doing. Maybe I should start a YouTube channel. This is this morning, Wendy. Right. What I went through this morning. I was like, I should just start a YouTube channel. I should just get an editor. I should just get VidShop. It's not hard. And then the little bird, right? Said, that's not the mission right now. That's not the focus right now. Sure, later on, if I want to start a YouTube channel after there's so much money in this mission that it funds the next one, that I can build a team around that I can build a team here that it's successful, that we can move forward on that.
Mhm.
But I didn't even want to do this today. But I sat down, I went through my routine, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up right. I'm going to be so on fire. I was reading all these motivational things this morning. I went into our community and I was reading about their success. And I was like, no, I'm recommitted. I got this. I cannot wait to get online today. I am so fired up and excited to help people choose their niche. Like, I had to get myself in that state, because there's days where you're like, I don't want to do this.
Right.
But I know that if I stay committed to this, if I make another video and another video and another video, that over time, that library of content is going to pay for itself. The time that I'm putting in today is going to be 10 times more valuable tomorrow, because I actually stayed disciplined and committed to that one thing. And the doors of possibility will not open unless you stay committed.
Got it.
It's like an inevitable weird thing that happens, but it's like you're so close to literally the next door opening. When you say, this is who I am, this is what I'm showing up for, this is my channel, these are the people I'm going to serve, all of a sudden these doors just start to open and you're like, oh my gosh, why is this person asking me that? Oh, because they saw the 5,000 videos that I did about YouTube. So they're like, she's the YouTube girl, right? So I want you to stay committed, Wendy. I want you to know that it's discipline, it's perseverance, it's linking arms with people in our community that are accountable and saying, I'm getting my video up by Friday. I'm getting my video up by Tuesday. I'm doing the thing and I'm going to keep doing the thing. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep working on my craft and I'm going to make this thing happen. Does that help, Wendy?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much, Heather.
You're amazing. Can we shout out Wendy? Wendy, where can they find you online?
Oh, my social media handles are Pastor Wendy Coop, everywhere on social. And then my YouTube channel is Wendy Coop.
I love it. Thank you so much, Wendy, for being on today. Man, that word is not the word that people want to hear, but I'm your coach, right? A coach, and when you think about like your football coach, like I know football, but when you think about a football coach, man, that football coach is in your face. That coach is saying, drop down and give me 20. But that coach is also in the locker room encouraging you. And that's what I want to be for you. I want to be someone that is here saying, if I can do this, you can do this too. But there's some things you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be committed to the process. You're going to have to be disciplined in talking about the same topic over and over and over. You're going to have days like I had today where I was like, all I want to do is something else. I don't want to talk about YouTube. And then I got in my community. I got around the right people. I set my mind right. And I was like, no, I am in today. I cannot wait to get breakthrough for one person. If you are the one person right now who just got breakthrough on this live stream, I did this for you. It's not about the 10,000, the 20,000, the million people. I made this video for you. And so I hope that helps you when you think about staying committed, when you think about choosing your niche, when you're scared to actually make the commitment for it. Just know that the video that you're creating, the reason that you're doing this is to make lasting impact and change in the world. So I hope that helps you. I hope that gives you some insight. I'm going to take a drink of water. Melissa's going to tell me who the next person is, and that is Brandon is coming in. Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell us who you are, what your channel is about, and my question is.
Sure. My name is Brandon Boyd. I host the Brandon Boyd Show, a very creative name, on YouTube. And the channel started out focusing mostly on personal finance, but is more niched down into credit card reviews and benefits, rewards, travel hacking, things like that. Mm-hmm. And one of my questions is, I've actually got a couple. My question is, we're at the point right now where we're trying to focus on, do we make content that is more well-produced, funny, entertaining, that's different than the regular credit card niche? I think a lot of it's boring, just personally, if I'm watching it. So I'm like, do I put all this extra effort in and do cards, 2 days a week, or do I put out shorter videos that are less edited, less slick, I guess would be the word to say, and get them out more frequently, because I'm trying to grow my subscriber base. Just trying to figure out kind of what to do there.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple things I'm seeing. One, like, can we just congratulate? I mean, we're at this.
Oh, that's not me, but I would love those numbers.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, look at you go.
I would totally take that. I mean, if
I was like, that's not credit card niche. So let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
Credit card.
The Brandon Boyd Show. I think if you just search that, it would probably pop up.
Okay, sorry. Well,
No,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
let's shout out our competitors, right? Someone with
No,
your same
absolutely.
name.
And we just started this channel in
Here
late
we go.
September, beginning of October. So we're
Yeah.
very new. And if you look at my first videos, we started out with, you know, personal finance, talking about ways to cut expenses, money, stuff like that. And then we've expanded and seen better numbers with credit cards and people,
Perfect.
you know, looking into rewards and stuff like that. So we've had a few videos reach over 1,000, you know,
Yep.
just on those without any promotion or anything. So I'm just wondering, do I focus on these edits, the inserts of the pop culture clips and all these funny moments? Whereas when I see other people in the niche, they're just sitting in front of a camera talking, and it looks like it would save me about 75% of my time working.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have the time to do those edits? Are you doing this editing yourself? This is like 2-camera angle. Tell me about your team.
Well, my team is my wife and I.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a team, right?
Yeah, she works a lot. You know, we have the ideas for the videos, but she focuses a lot on the layout of the videos. I focus more on obviously the front of camera, the inserting, the clips, and editing. So between the two of us, we crank out a video. Our goal is about every 5 days. But,
amazing.
you know, I see some channels that are putting up stuff every other day.
No. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So really great. So your question is, should you be, you know, inserting some more, making this more of an edutainment channel, right? Meaning you're inserting the entertainment and the education all in one. Is that correct?
Right. I just want to make it more accessible. But that was my whole goal, was to make it more accessible to people and more fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I'm overworking myself unnecessarily. You know what I mean? It's a tough call.
Yeah, I would say, have you been experimenting with it at all, or is this just an idea?
I'm afraid to, because what we've done has worked somewhat, but we're only 3 or 4 months in, so I'm almost afraid to try something new, because what's worked is doing well. We're getting new subs every day, and you know, you get a little bit of afraid to branch out because something's working.
Yes. Oh, this is such a good new creator struggle right here, and seasoned creators. I mean, think about every time we do something new on Think Media, we have 1 million subscribers. We've been doing the same thing for years. And we're like, should we try this new thing? We just tried a new thing. We're like, let's make this type of video. Let's do this type of thing. So here's what I want you to know. Yes, experiment, try new things, maybe do it vloggy style, do it this way, do it talking head. Whatever allows you to maybe just get more creative with where you think you can reach your audience, I say try it. There's nothing wrong with it. Here's the difference. You're not shifting your entire content style. You're experimenting with a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can put it in those guardrails of like, it's okay to try and test something new. I think that this is such a great niche to be able to insert pop culture things. I think adding entertainment to help someone watch a 7-minute video is the right thing to do, right? And so when you say, I'm just kind of scared because this is working, you're in your first year of being a creator on the platform. This is your time to experiment, because as you get larger and larger and larger, it gets even more nerve-wracking to try and shift a type of content that you're doing. But I am for the idea that YouTube is about, like, it's for you to be creative. You're still within the same niche. You're talking to the same audience, like you're talking about the same topics. All you're doing is just putting a new coat of paint on the cool car, right? So I would say for sure, try and do some experimenting. Now, here's where the breaking point happens. If you start doing this new style, it's getting about the same amount of views. You're not seeing an increase in the thing, and it's taking 3 times as long to edit. Well, then you're like, that experiment is not the way we want to go. But what if you tried that and all of a sudden that became the video that popped off with 200,000 views? Well, now we know that, dang, I'm glad I tried it, because now that video is the one that's getting more traction, right? So I just want to encourage you that, Brandon, you're doing a great job. This already is looking so great. Just keep at it. You're at the beginning stages of a baby YouTube channel. If you stay committed to this process for the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, you will be someone that has major influence in this market.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm new to the show here as well, so I'm trying to pick up as much as I can. before I jump off, would you say the same too with branching out of your niche? I mean, I'm in a certain area right now. How do you know when it's time to make the move? Do you wait till you hit a certain number of subscribers? Is it a certain amount of time you're on there? Or do you just, like you said, experiment and try something else?
Yeah. So right now what you're doing is you're going deep in one topic in an actual niche. So when you say branch out, are you like trying to switch to like buying homes, like real estate? Are you trying to switch to like?
Well, that's part of it. I am a licensed real estate agent too. So part of me is like, hey, it'd be great to show somebody how to do a first time home buying purchase. It would be great to talk about investing, budgeting, all these things that I have knowledge in. But I'm afraid if I go too broad, then I'm going to confuse the audience and people won't know what to expect when they open my videos,
Yes. And so right now I would say get really good at this. Like get really good at this part. This is a niche. Like the whole credit card thing is a niche, and it doesn't mean later on you can't talk about it. There's no necessarily set time. And I would say your niche is investing, right? Like that's how I would view your niche is investing. There's always the idea that you can always be testing. So maybe throw out a video that is around that, but it's through the lens of investing, right? I wouldn't necessarily go totally down real estate and then all of a sudden you're talking about credit cards. That can be kind of jarring, right? But if you're under this same umbrella, if it's like we talk about lighting and we also talk about iPhone editing, they're around the same thing. They're all about creating YouTube videos. So what is the value proposition of your channel? That's what I would just start to get more clear on. The value proposition is I want to help people, live a financially free life. Okay, well, what does that mean? What are some of the topic buckets underneath that are cohesive, but not too sideways? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got this, Brandon. Thanks so much for being a part of the Think Fam. Super excited for your journey. And I can't wait to see what happens on YouTube for you this year.
Absolutely. I'll be following you guys. Thanks.
Awesome. That was amazing. Can we give it up for Brandon for that amazing? I am going to check out your channel because I'm still trying to figure out this whole like credit card hacking thing. I have no clue, but I know it's like a whole thing. So I am super excited for that. Hey, if you're getting value, make sure you hit that like button. I've got James up next. James is here. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, Heather?
I am so excited you're here.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Tell everyone who you are. And my question is.
Yeah, so my name is James Hume, and I am a worship pastor, and I'm also someone that struggles with depression. And I started a YouTube channel about 9 months ago, and really is a way to kind of encourage people through music, but also wanting to relate to them in terms of the mental health struggle that so many struggle with. And so my question is kind of twofold. One, you mentioned about how to solve a problem. And so for someone like me that does a lot of covers musically, how do you solve a problem in that sense? And then I've been thinking specifically about niching down to calling my channel like Depressed Christian. And I've seen a ton of Facebook groups that deal with Christians that have depression. So I know there's a market out there for it. I haven't seen as much on the YouTube side. There are a number of videos that have done really well that talk about Christians with depression, but just trying to figure out how to navigate that. Does that make sense?
Oh, makes total sense. James, what is your current channel right now?
Just type in James Hume. I'm like the top 5 videos
James
in the search.
Okay. There we go. What a beautiful family. OMG. Let me bring this up so everyone can see. Okay. So a couple things you said. One, you said, I'm doing music, I'm doing covers, and then I also want to do this other thing.
Yeah. So
as much as we see it as like, that's the same, is actually 2 different things.
Right.
Okay. So it doesn't, and here's where here's lean in for this, James. Just because you go down the route of Christians with depression or depressed Christian doesn't mean that one of the answers isn't worship music. Does that make sense? So That's the chocolate covered carrot. That's the like, how do I get 6-pack abs? My want is 6-pack abs. I'm not searching, how do I only drink celery juice? Right? Like,
right.
So does that make sense? Like, I mean, people do search that as people do search worship music. So those are actually 2 separate things. One of the answers in that depressed Christian niche that you would be in is worship music. So I would either separate out your worship music onto something else. I would keep it as just something you do personally. Whatever that looks like. But if you're going down the route of what is the problem you solve, you help Christians that are struggling with mental illness. That is a very wide niche that definitely needs a leader in that space, and where you can join arms with people who are already speaking into that space. So, so your question is, how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Part of the issue that I've had is whether or not this is too convoluted to have two concepts happening in one channel. So yeah, I think you've already answered that. That's super helpful.
Yeah. And I would be asking people, if you're in you're already in the groups, which is amazing. You're already a part of that. Yep. You're already living it. So you know maybe what you're searching for, what books do people need, what podcasts, who can you interview, what are, the 5 steps, what are people searching, and how can you be the answer on the other side of that? And then remembering that, there are covert Christian channels and there are overt Christian channels. My friend Pedro Adeo teaches this. The idea that if you're like, I am a Christian channel, I only help Christians, this is what I do, that is an overtly Christian channel. Yeah. There's also covertly Christian channels. Think Media. Sean and I are both believers. Yeah. Our principles in how we act and the way we do our lives, we just live and breathe our Christian values. Yeah. We're not overtly on our channel saying we only help Christian YouTubers. Right. And we'll help anyone who wants to learn YouTube. But you will also hear us, quoting our favorite scriptures. You'll also hear me say, like, I'm a woman of faith and I am praying that people see the light on YouTube. Like, that's okay for me to say. Yeah. And I'll be bold in that conviction. But I'm not also just saying I will only help you if you're a Christian. Even on our team, we have Muslim on our team, we have atheists on our team. But I personally am going to live my values through my YouTube channel. And I hope that becomes a light for other mothers, for other homeschoolers, for other people who want to join that journey. And I'm just going to live the principle, and I'm going to be a covert Christian YouTube channel. So does that help? I mean, that's pretty bold. I don't know. Like, we're on stage right now. I'm bold right now, but I just want you to know, James, that it's possible to speak into a group of people that maybe the specialty is Christian depression, but maybe it's mental illness altogether. It could be that you're just going to bring the answer of Jesus,
Yep. So that is lights out good. So thank you for that. For those of us, because I know that I'm not the only one, there's a number of people that have music covers for their channel. How do you explain how the best way to create a channel that solves problems besides just music covers? Does that make sense?
Yeah. You want to answer specific questions. So your next task is to go and figure out what are people actually typing in the search bar, how to deal with depression and anxiety and loneliness as a Christian, right? Are you seeing where I'm seeing right here?
Yeah.
After a breakup, right?
I'm talking more about, not in terms of the mental health side, just having a channel that does music covers.
You just want to go down the music covers route?
I didn't want to do the mental health. I just wanted to do music covers. How do I solve a problem?
You would be in the entertainment space, and that is where talent trumps everything.
Yes.
And so you ride current trends. I would know what are the newest songs that are coming out. Yep. I would be, doing the cover. I'd be making shorts. I would be figuring out what other people are doing. I would give your own aspect of it. But whenever you go into the entertainment space on YouTube, it's not the algorithm, it's the talent. And it's becoming discoverable just through the talent on your channel. So it's making sure you've got good covers, your thumbnail matters. Yeah. Your title, I love how you're using emojis. That's great. But it really comes down to the talent. If you're doing music and you're like, I want to do music is the thing, then talent has to trump everything.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome, James.
Thank you so much.
On today. That was amazing. Thank you. All right. So we are going, I just went down like a whole rabbit hole. So James gets all the tips today. If you're getting value, hit the like button right now. I don't even know how many likes we're at, but let's get 100 more. How about that? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right. So who do we have up next? Let's see. Melissa has, here we go. Vashna, how you doing?
Hey, actually, it's Vaishna, but it's totally fine.
So close.
It's okay.
Beautiful.
You'll get it with practice.
Tell everyone who you are, and my question is.
Yes. So my name is my channel name is Handmade by Vaishna, but my channel name is still kind of my name, so still working that out. I am currently an arts and college YouTuber. I used to do lifestyle, but I'm trying to, I guess, rebrand for 2021 and beyond. So still working on that. I have posted, I guess, about 15 videos ish. And I've been definitely trying to take into consideration a lot of the tips that you guys have given on this channel and even on your main channel, and it's definitely helped improve the watch retention at the beginning. So I've definitely kept people going. But sorry, going back to the question regarding like niching and stuff. So as you can see, I'm both an arts and college YouTuber, and I've definitely seen niche combos work, but I'm just like, I'm definitely gonna keep some sort of like personal part of my channel on, since I am going into the medical field or like the healthcare field. So I really want to still keep that so people can see, oh, this is actually what I really do. But I still want to keep the art because that's really why I started the channel. So my question is there a way for me to like find the intersection between the two to still somehow keep both of these viewers on my channel? Because I've definitely been seeing like an up and down spiral. I mean, up and down like wave. Like when I post like an art video, I end up losing like someone who's probably into like the college. When I post a college video, I end up losing someone who's like into the art. So it's just like, I just love these two so much, and I don't want to just do art. Like I don't want to just do art because I just feel like I won't be able to show like a more personal side of myself. So yeah, I know that it's a lot, but I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah. And, you know, this is a really great question. This idea, like, can you combine two niches? The answer is yes, you could combine two niches. However, these two, like nerd fitness, that's combining like two, like that's like when you dress up like a Spider-Man and you go and work out. It's like a comic fitness, right? You can combine those two. There's a couple things that you said that I want that to be value for the whole audience. You said that, you know, when you post those college videos, you're losing subscribers because that's not what they signed up for if they signed up for art videos, right? Or if you post the art, you post the art videos, you'll lose subscriber because people are showing up for the college things. A way that you could put these two things together is not actually on YouTube. Like there's nothing that says on Instagram stories, you're not sharing your day-to-day life as a college student and artist. Like that's a combo, right? The thing about YouTube, though, that we have to recognize is we have to play in the sandbox of YouTube. And YouTube is all about helping get your videos in front of the right people. It's not against us. Like the algorithm is not against us. The algorithm is for us. But it's only for us if we play in the sandbox of YouTube. Meaning that you are creating two different audiences. Just because they like college doesn't mean that they like art, which is different than say Brandon, who was on a little earlier. He's making things about credit cards, right? He's talking about like the points and the credit card system. It's not actually a far reach if he starts talking about real estate investing at the same time, because that person who would be interested in credit card hacking is also interested in saving money and using money in other ways. Same type of psychology of the person who's subscribing to your platform. So it's not that you can't. The niche that would be together would be college artists. That's the niche. If you decide to put those two things together, it's college artists. So it's speaking to a smaller niche, which is not always a bad thing, but it's how do you reach them and how are you helping them, right? So it's not that you can't combine them, but I need you to take some time and actually just decide, what do you want? Why are you creating this YouTube channel, and onto what? What would you like it to provide for you? What's the reason behind it? What's the why behind it? And that doesn't mean that if you are only putting art on here, that you also can't be a successful doctor or nurse or wherever you're going. Like that doesn't, like, because I share homeschool things on my homeschool channel doesn't mean that I'm not a successful businesswoman. I'm just not necessarily sharing that on that channel, right? So I hope that gives a little bit of context. You can. The niche would be college artists. That doesn't mean that it's not that bad, but what happens after that? And where does it go after that, right? So I would just be thinking about that and just choosing one. Maybe it is all about, maybe you're like, you know what? I like art because art is just a hobby. And I really want to go deep on helping people learning how to go through medical school and you know, after that, how do you get a job and how do you grow practice and, you know, whatever that evolution of that channel would be. And you just let art be the hobby, or you say, I'm going to go all in and art's going to be my side hustle while I'm in medical school. And so I'm going to just do art and YouTube and be super creative and have that outlet while I'm doing this other thing. But you don't have to, you can share in your videos that you're in art school. You could share on your Instagram. You can make IGTVs. You know, there's a lot of other ways that you can incorporate that. But I hope that gives some clarity on how do you double niche? That would be your double niche, or you actually just pick one or the other. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah, that definitely does. And that doesn't mean I don't have to share those videos like once in a while. Like, yeah, this is like actually my life.
Exactly. And you just have to know that you're sharing that video because it's fun and because it's just a part of your creativity. And know, though, that you might lose subscribers because that's not what they signed up for. Or you might get to the point where you gain enough influence that people are like, heck yeah, I want to see what happens all day long. I didn't know you were an artist and you're in medical school. That's amazing, right? Like it can work if you want to just throw those up every now and then and it's a life update and you're just talking about who you are and what you're doing. Just don't have the expectation that that video is going to go viral. Or if that video does go viral and then people aren't subscribing, well, you know why? It's not the intent of your channel. You just decided to put up a video out of alignment with intent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on. That was so much fun. What a great channel. She is a really great artist. Definitely go over and check her out if you have some time and you want to check out some cool card making over there. I've got a couple more people in the back right now. You are watching the Think Marketing Show. And if you want to go to the next thing after this video, it's going to be our free YouTube class that we have over at thinkmasterclass.com. That's going to be the next place for you to go. thinkmasterclass.com. Let me know in the chat if you've taken that class. Did you watch that class? Because thousands of creators have gone through and watched this class and their channels are growing. We get emails and DMs and messages all the time that are like, Think Media, I can't believe that this channel and you did the thing. You said to do this in the class and it's, yeah. So thinkmasterclass.com is your next place to go. And let me go here. And next up, we have Oliver. Oliver's coming on. Hey, Oliver, how you doing?
Hey, Heather, can you hear me fine?
That sounds amazing. Yes, your microphone is epic. Can you let us know who you are, where you are from? And my question is.
Sure. So yeah, my name is Oliver. I'm from Helsinki, Finland, and my channel is called Road to Finish. And my mission is to help international students get a university degree and start their early careers in Finland. And a bit of backstory, super quickly before my question. So I basically went full time on my channel last September when I had around 2,500 subscribers, which again, I think shows the power of finding a niche that can be actually monetized. And I'm currently working on my first paid course, specifically on job hunting in Finland, with the help of an old colleague who has almost 10 years of experience in recruiting and HR. And we're working currently on the course videos and the marketing strategy, and we should launch the course somewhere, within the next 2 months. And so my question, considering the amount of experience that you guys have in building paid courses, both pre-recorded and live, what are some of the biggest stumbling blocks and mistakes that you guys have made that we should be aware of before we actually launch our first course?
Wow, what a really great question. I love that you're at that stage. I love that you're going all in. This is like classic YouTube success right here. So I just first want to honor you and congratulate you for being at this level and going all in on that. A couple things we learned is that getting success stories really matters. So when you're doing this course, maybe even before you do it, I would do maybe a pre-launch that is at a lower cost, that is only to say 50 people, 20 people, 10 people at that like super low rate. Because you want to be gaining testimonies. You want to be getting that success story out of your course, because you can try and sell your course as much as you want, but there's nothing better than someone else saying, I took their course and this is the success that I got from it. And it doesn't have to be massive success. It can be very specific things. So when you're gaining testimonials, you want to make sure that people are saying, before I took this course, this is how I was, how I felt, where I was in life, whatever the before was. And then after I took the course, I felt like this. People want to know how they're going to feel after. They want to know the specific thing. I was able to X, Y, and Z. For us at Think Media, I was able to start my channel and I got to my first 1,000 subscribers. Now, have we helped people get to 200,000, 300,000, 500,000? Absolutely. But there's something so good about just knowing that, they're just one step ahead of me. I could do that, right? So testimonials is huge. That's one thing I would say. So figuring out how you can get a test group in there first. We always start when we're doing our courses, we always start at a lower price. And then as we update the course, as we add value, we are always increasing the price, because the value is increasing as we're going until we hit a really good sweet spot in the market where we know we're about right level with the people that we are in industry with. We know the results that people are getting. We know what the actual value of that course is. We're able to do that. And then thirdly, whenever you're selling a course, we're getting so deep here. So if you're part of Think Marketing, this is your advanced PhD stuff. No, it's not, but this is how I feel. When you're selling your course, you want to make sure that you have some type of bonuses so that you have some urgency to your offer. One of the teachers and mentors that we had is Shalene Johnson. She has an academy called Marketing Impact Academy. It's a really great academy. You can go to miabonus.com. We have bonuses to that academy. And in her academy, she teaches like the 5 steps of making sure that your offer sells, because your course is its own thing. Your offer is a different thing. The course is the actual product, but the offer that you're making someone is its own thing. So you want to have some bonuses wrapped around your offer that can be taken away, right? Like you can't just like take away the course. You don't want to necessarily just be like, and that's it. You want to have an offer that allows for people to have some urgency to purchase. So when we just had a challenge. At the end of our challenge, we invited people to go deeper with us inside of our academy, Video Ranking Academy, which we sell all the time, all day long as just the academy. But when you actually took the offer, when you went through our challenge and you wanted to go deeper, it was Video Ranking Academy, and we gave you some special bonuses for free so that gave urgency as to why you should buy now, right? Because we sell it online for $3,000 all the time, but you could get a discount and a bonus when we did that specific offer that went away. So those are just a couple things. We can go so much deeper, but I really recommend just having some good testimonials, some success, knowing that the course will always need to be updated, right? You should always be thinking about how can I update it, give some new downloads and new things into the course, and then figure out what offer you want to wrap around it. And then the best part is that you're going to experiment with different offers at different price points to figure out what works for you in the market. Does that
Can I
help?
super quickly just absolutely really really great points, and I have to write this down after watching the replay. But one question to one of the topics that you spoke about the pricing points. I hope you don't mind me asking, how do you actually test out the different pricing points? Do you have a software behind it, or do you simply just change the pricing points, for example, by using discounts or?
Yep. Yeah. So we know that we will not sell our academy for less than a certain price. We've just established that because we've done market research to know what are the other academies out there, what are other people in our industry selling for, about the same amount of context with this person and about the same amount of context. So we want to be priced within our market. We are a premium course also. So we provide an enormous amount of support and ongoing education. And so that allows us to be even more premium in our market space. We're not just one and done. You don't just buy something from us and you never hear from us. We're the suffocating parents that you come home for Thanksgiving and we love on you like crazy, right? So we have premium priced our products because I want to love on everyone in our academy. And so we started in the market knowing that we will never sell it lower than this amount. And then what we do is we increase our price and we test that offer. We increase our price, we test that offer. And so we just kind of know now through just testing and market research, and we keep track of all of that on our own spreadsheets. How many people bought it? What was the offer? What did people we do intro interviews. So when did you start? What made you buy? We ask our actual customers these questions, and then we then have that data when we move forward. So you want to go and you want to look at what else is priced in your market around that, and then decide, are you premium? Are you going to provide better service? You're going to be better at all the things? Are you lower cost? You want it to be quick and easy and fast. You want to put it on Udemy for $10, or do you want it to be $297 in the market for whatever that looks like? There are books, however, that do talk about pricing online. 7 at the end is a very good number. It's a psychological thing. Look up online pricing, and you'll notice even things in store are $4.99. Well, because 4 is the first number you see. You don't see 5. Right. So it's just understanding what that looks like. I hope that helps. I'm just going down a rabbit hole because I can geek out on this stuff. But thank you so much, Oliver, for your question.
Super interesting. And this just really quick shout out for you guys once again. Just again, for everyone listening, I was able to go full time, leave my 9 to 5 with 2,500 subscribers. That's absolutely nothing. Using brand deals and as you guys speak about all the time, have a plan before you start, and especially consider the monetization, because that is going to be the key for you to make this into a full-time job if that's something that you want. Again, thanks so much, Heather. Really, really valuable.
Thank you so much, Oliver. Go back and rewatch this because I was dropping some golden nuggets in all of that. And we go deeper into that in things like our mastermind and all of those type of things. But I would definitely check out miabonus.com because that we have special bonuses to an offer that
awesome.
Is going to help. So just a way to show you some things that we have for you. So thank you so much, Oliver. Okay. Thank you so much for being a part of the Think Marketing show today. Hey, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you let me know in the comments down below. Question of the day: what niche are you in? I want to know. I want to see all the people inside of our Think community share the niches that they're in. I think what's so amazing about YouTube is all the amount of creativity and the ways that people are allowed to use their gifts and talents to help people online. Thank you so much for watching. And you can click or tap the screen right now to go to the next video. If you're watching live on Facebook, thank you so much for being here. YouTube, you're awesome. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.